Hi everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video or a couple of quick videos to help you along with this learning how to create a lesson plan module. I've noticed that most of you feel comfortable enough to go through the module on your own and to perform trial and error to try to figure things out. But for those of you that kind of need a step-by-step and an example, I decided to make a couple of quick videos to help you with the process. So we're going to look at finding your standard and beginning with the conceptual mapping. The only thing that I want you to do for this portion of the module right now is to complete your conceptual map so that we can go into the lesson plan. You are going to need your picture of your conceptual map in order to complete your lesson plan. So sorry about that. So we're going to go through that process today. So let's start by looking at the blog, and I'm starting off with last week's blog because that's where all of the links for the standards are. So if you scroll down to the educational standards, part 1, the educational standards portion, you'll see that we have the Common Core standards listing. If you scroll down further all the way towards the bottom, you'll notice it says for Tuesday, I would like for you to identify one Georgia Performance Standard, Common Core Standard, along with one NET Standard. Now we're going to come back to the NET Standard because that's our technology standard. Then down here, it has a possible vocational or life skill standard. Most of you kind of fall within that realm. For those of you that are dealing with science-based things, like the ophthalmology or maybe something that's more biology based, I would suggest that you go to the Georgia Performance Standards website and use those. For those of you that are much more business oriented and trying to find something that's closer to the social work or to speech pathology, I would use the second pair of standards. So I'm going to click on that real quick, and we get the IEP linking for the standards. And so as we're waiting for this to load, I want you to think about what it is that you had in your classroom that you want to utilize regarding any types of special skills or any types of technologies that will really help you with therapy regarding your students. So for instance, let's start with the motor. Sorry about that again. Let's start with motor skills, or we can come down to speech and language. So let's look at speech and language. So we have articulation or motor skills, fluency, syntax, pragmatics, semantics, and just voice in itself. So I'm going to come down here and choose voice and see what comes up. And we have the strand, which is voice, the annual goal, which is more of what we talked about in class regarding percentages and smart measurements as far as the standards are concerned. But we're going to use the objectives here as our standards. Okay, we're not going to use all of them. I just want to show you that these are your standards regarding what you want to look at. So if I was to choose a standard within this realm, I may choose differentiate between an appropriate voice and an inappropriate voice when given in self and others. There are different ways to do that. Down here, we're talking about the frequency situations of own abusive behaviors regarding voice or abusive vocal behavior. Some of you would know more about that than myself. Excuse this message. Hopefully that'll be the last one. I apologize for that. If we go back and maybe look at articulation with oral motor skills, these talk about oral fascial sensitivity and with chewing food. things that have to do with lip, jaw, and tongue through movement exercises. So these are very, very focused. All of these are very, very focused within speech and language. So you would have to take the time to go through these in order to find something that is what you would want to do and something that reflects your classroom. In the meantime, I'm going to skip over to the Georgia Performance Standards webpage, where the GADOE, the Georgia Standards. If you type in Georgia Performance Standards in your search bar, it will take you to this page. And what I would like to look at is the left side of your screen. So you have GPS by grade level, and then you have it by subject area. So you have ELA, math, science, social studies, fine art. Fine arts would be my people with theater and dance. Just to show you, if you come down to the bottom, you see dance, music, theater, and visual arts. So that would be those that are dealing with, and some of you that are working with special needs could fall under visual arts as well, but that is very specific as to the technique of how to paint or how to create sculptures. So you also have health education, physical education, for my people that are outside, that are dealing with technique as far as swimming, rafting, kayaking, things of that nature. I would keep within these areas, because health education and physical education both have to do with those. Most of you will fall under the career, technical, and agricultural education standards. And even though it's spelled CTAE, we pronounce it the CATE standards. I'm going to come down to marketing, sales, and service. Let's see, let's click on that. Okay, and I'm going to look at marketing and management. And that alarm right there was telling me to cut the video short. I'm going to select my standard and then start another video for you. So I'm going to look at entrepreneurship, because usually that's what's brought out within the schools, and usually this is easier to try to find some type of standard. So what I'm going to do, this is an actual syllabus, but they do have the standards that are listed. So my first standard is understand concepts and processes associated with successful entrepreneurial performance. But then we have specific standards down here. And then if you even see up under there, we still have some English language arts standards that would support my overall standard. So what I would like to select is the second one. Identify and analyze characteristics of a successful entrepreneur. Okay, so that is going to be our standard that we start the next video with. So I just want you to keep in mind, this is all I did. I just went through the different banks of standards. You can go through Common Core, you can go through Georgia Performance Standards, or you can go through the vocational standards and choose something that is to your liking and something that fits the classroom that you created and the audience that you are looking to work with. Okay, I will start the next video in a second. Thank you.